We're going to talk about two specific situations of implementing internal links. It's during production and it's after publishing. Hey everyone, my name is Boyan. I'm part of an amazing group of people who grew 4 projects from 0 to 100K organic visitors per month in the last 2 years. The biggest one was Do Not Pay, which we grew from 0 to 1.5 million organics per month in just 24 months with over 120,000 keywords ranking on page 1. But traffic is not worth a lot if it's not qualified traffic. Our campaign helped drive $210 million in Series B valuation. And we did this without building any new backlinks and just with a little bit of technical BS. That same team hired hundreds of writers and published over 8,000 pages in the last year, generating 15 million organic visitors across all of our projects in 2021 alone. Our content production philosophy is straightforward. Battle-tested and data-driven keyword research process, high-quality content, and high content production velocity. We're gonna talk about number 1 and 2 a lot on this channel, but give me 20 seconds to talk about content velocity right now. The table that you see here shows the top publishers in the dog niche. What is the number one thing that they have in common? Well, they all published a crazy amount of content. A lot of pages. The last row, Doggypedia, that's our project. We grew it from 0 to over 100K organic visitors per month by publishing 200 pages. And it's not just us. Influencer Marketing Hub, almost 900 pages, 340,000 visitors per month. Zapier.com, 1,600 pages, almost 400,000 visitors per month. And so on and so on and so on. Content velocity works. If you want to read more about content velocity, especially check out our case study from 0 to 1.5 million organics per month, let me know in the comments. In this video, we're going to talk about how our team uses internal linking with specific reasons and examples of why something worked for us and why you should try it. To see that right away, please jump to this time code. But before that, please consider subscribing, turning on notifications. We intend to share everything content ops and SEO related we learned in the last 2 years. Thanks a lot. An internal link, broadly defined, is a hyperlink from one page of your website to another. And here's some results from Google saying exactly that. There are, of course, alternative definitions, but let's talk about it in the comments, okay? These definitions are not really helpful on their own, right? Stick to the end. We'll give one of our own. But before we do, I want to talk about something that's absolutely essential. What do internal links help achieve? Internal links help with faster indexing. They help users navigate your website. They help you build topical authority. And something that I'm going to talk about a lot during this video, they help you control your reader's journey. All right, let's dive into the $1 million question. Can internal linking help me drive organic traffic? Yes, for sure. Google has also said this numerous times. Here's a random time they said it. It's one of the biggest things that you can do on a website to kind of guide Google and guide visitors to the pages that you think are important. All right, let's back up and talk about the bigger picture. If your website was a story, it would be an anthology. And internal links are there to connect the dots for the reader. Whoever the reader, search engine, or person, you need to help them understand what you're about, to understand your story. The more you structure your content, the clearer your story is. Remember this. The clearer the story, the more traffic you'll get. And you know what the best part is? It's all in your hands. Now, something that's gonna really help you connect those dots and tell your story is anchor text. Anchor text is defined as a clickable text in a hyperlink. It leads to something we call a target page. Google guidelines highlight that you should use descriptive anchor text. Writing descriptive anchor text, the clickable words in a link, is a useful signal to help search engines and users alike to better understand your content. Let's talk about this more specifically. SEOs and content people, and Google included some time ago, I don't know, today officially, would tell you use keyword-rich text. Others will scream never stuff anchor text with keywords. And our team, we will actually do both things. But again, we'll only do that if it doesn't affect the user's journey. What do I mean by that? Well, ask yourself, is this an anchor text or a link that I would click? Simple as that. Now let's look at some examples. It's going to be easier to understand. Let's look at this lovely how to use a fake phone number article our team created for the Do Not Pay project. What do you see here? Well, you see keyword-rich internal links. If I were to click on a temporary phone numbers, it's going to lead to a page about temporary phone numbers. If I click on the burner phone link, it's going to lead to a huge guide on burner phones. And if I click on fake phone number apps, it's just that. It's going to lead me to a page about fake phone number ads. You get the picture. Let's look at the second example. And this is something our team is encouraged to do as much as they can instead of using keywords verbatim. Well, let's look at an example of how to deal with bad neighbors and what to do legally. And look at this sentence in the first paragraph. A bad neighbor can be someone who annoys you because they're noisy or have a dog that doesn't stop barking. This is context, and this is very clear context. You can highlight the word noisy, and you don't have to say noisy neighbors and stuff with keywords. And that's one of the most important things. That's how you design user journeys with internal links. All right, to conclude, remember, this is what you control. You haven't bought the link. It's not someone else's website. You have made a content plan for everything that you're gonna write. And since you control it, you can do a great job. Tips you won't see anywhere else. What our team does every time. We're gonna talk about two specific situations of implementing internal links. It's during production and it's after publishing. But before I jump into the specifics, let's talk about the basics. Number one, let's talk homepage. It's gonna sound simple, but this is what our team does each and every single time. Set up a module that's gonna fetch the most recent articles on your homepage. Yep, that's it. Recent posts, 6 or 9, depending on your publishing velocity, just have them there. Number two, navigation menu and footer. Let's look at an example on Workello.com. Apart from the most important stuff for a SaaS product, like features, pricing, social links, we have a link to our playbooks page, which represents a gateway into our content site. And through playbooks, to our most important subcategories. Now let's talk about the footer. I'll use an example of what we did on Workello as well. You wanna have your most important articles in the footer, and you wanna have your most important categories. All right, number three, and this is a really big one, even though if it doesn't seem like that, but so easy to implement, and that's breadcrumbs. There's a number of ways of doing this in WordPress, through plugins, and via custom solutions. It's a half-day job, but such a powerful lever. Let's look at how they're set up on Workello. You see, breadcrumbs clearly define the structure of your website. In this example, 0 to 1.5 organics per month is an SEO playbook by Workello. See what we mean when we say connecting dots into a big picture? Linking internally during production. Yeah, you heard that right. One of the single most tedious tasks that I had to do as a content manager is implement internal links where pages were published without an internal linking strategy. And when we were thinking how to solve this at Content Distribution, we realized, we actually already kind of solved it. So we have a content plan of 20, 40, 80 articles for a certain month that all belong to a same vertical or a same content series. By the way, if you want to know more on how we get a content plan for this many topics, make sure to check out the video in the description about keyword research. You're gonna love it. And then we were thinking, okay, we should just instruct our writers to internally link to pages that haven't been published yet during production. We knew what the URL was supposed to look like. This is what it's supposed to look like. And two, we knew what the article is gonna be about because it was already in the content briefs. So we asked ourselves, why wouldn't we just link the articles right there during production before they were published? That's exactly what we did. The next logical step was then to predetermine which internal links should go in all the articles in a certain series. Internally, we called them mandatory links, and the name kind of just stuck in our documentation. Let's look at an example. This is a list of mandatory links for a content series on anxiety-related issues and the use of CBD for a website of a store that sells CBD products. You'll see that the list of mandatory links is a mix of pillar informational pages such as how to choose CBD oil and what we call money pages such as CBD for depression. Question you might have is, how do we position these links? Well, there's actually a certain set of rules that we use, and I love to do a separate video on that. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to see that. If there's going to be one single takeaway that you're going to get from this tip, and we've mentioned it already, and that's think about your reader's journey. If you contextually link, you're in control of stirring up excitement and curiosity in your reader. And if you do it consistently over a number of pages with mandatory links, and you do it logically, you're gonna get the readers to click to your money page. Now let's move to internally linking post-publishing. Let's get this straight. There are many strategies and approaches. I'm betting that you're asking yourself one thing. When should I do this? Well, today I want to talk about an answer that's twofold. And that's when a page is overperforming, both in traffic and conversions, yay, or when a page does not have enough internal links. All right, what does it mean when a page is overperforming? Well, it's actually super clear. It means that traffic and, more importantly, conversions are steadily going up and to the right. Not a bad situation to be in, right? Let's look at an example. So you have this amazing situation of a web page of yours overperforming. That's exactly something that we saw a couple of months ago on a website with over 100 articles we published. We saw these 4 pages growing in visits, but conversions were following. So what did we do? Well, we went ahead and analyzed where the internal links towards these pages were located, and that helped us see which articles did not have internal links towards these pages. When we went on and implemented internal links to these pages on 30 more articles, that actually accelerated the growth of the traffic you see here on your screen. And it has worked for us time and time again. This is just the most recent example. Those conversion numbers look kind of nice also, right? All right, now, the page does not have enough internal links. In the previous approach, there's obviously a clear data point to trigger your reaction. But how do you find pages that don't have enough internal links? The answer is regular checkups. Let me show you how. I have a list of 40 articles from AlphaPaw. This is a brand that acquired our first 0 to 100K organics project, Dogpedia. This dog read series has over 200 articles, but I'll be using these 40 just to show you the process, right? In the menu bar of Screaming Frog, go to Mode and choose List. Click Upload and then copy and paste your URLs. Now, let's scroll to the right and you'll see a column, Unique Inlinks. The column From in the secondary screen will show the list of articles containing a link pointing to the page you're analyzing. In our example, there's just one, and it's self-referential, appearing multiple times. That usually indicates a table of contents on a page. This means that the article we're looking at does not have any links pointing to it from the other 39 in the series that we uploaded here. So many opportunities to link, right? Let's look at an example of something that was done really well. This article, for example, has 40 unique links. Counting the self-referential one, that means that all articles have a link to this one. Remember, with this method, you're only analyzing internal linking of the pages you uploaded into Screaming Frog. No inlinks means no inlinks from pages analyzed, not the entire website. Finally, to do this analysis in bulk, you can select all articles and just export inlinks to Google Sheet or Excel. Since we are currently publishing over 200 pages per month, our team automated this process into weekly checkups from screening fraud to Google Data Studio. If you'd like me to make a separate video on that, please let me know. Now, you might be wondering, how the hell do I implement all of these things, especially if I'm a 1 or a 2-person team? I can tell you it comes down to an amazing team. And amazing teams are built with starting with just one person. In content ops and SEO, that person is a writer. To get that perfect hire, you have to interview a lot of people. Let me show you how you build a consistent stream of writers on autopilot. Workello is pre-optimized for you based on our experience of evaluating thousands of writers and hiring hundreds. That means that your job description, your writing tests, and your candidate notification emails are ready to go, which means you're ready to start accepting candidates within 3 minutes of signing up for Workello. The next step is to distribute your job ad across the internet. Where you post your job ad will depend on what kind of writers you want to hire and what kind of content they need to produce. And we have a bunch of hiring resources that we use to build our own content team. Candidates will find the job ad that you've distributed across the internet, and they will complete their application right there on Workello. Once they complete their application, candidates start streaming into your hiring dashboard, and everybody is sorted by status, so you know exactly what to do next. Once candidates are in your hiring dashboard, that's it. There's no more fumbling across different apps and platforms and DMs and emails and so on and so on and so on. To politely reject a candidate, point and click. To send a test, point and click. To invite to an interview, send an offer, whatever you want, it's all done through your hiring dashboard by pointing and clicking. Workello includes automated pre-screen tests to screen candidates. Workello also includes a candidate status page. And this is important because when you have hundreds of candidates, you get dozens of questions. And then, entire experience is optimized like a sales funnel. As promised, for all of you who stuck till the end, here's our definition of internal linking. For us, internal links are essential UX elements that serve as a means to an end of increasing traffic and conversion rates. To highlight the first part, none of this matters if you cannot provide context and a really useful and valuable user's journey to your reader. Secondly, there's always going to be tips, there's always going to be tricks, there's always going to be tactical solutions. In the end, internal links need to serve a purpose of increasing traffic and conversion rates. If that's not happening, you're just spamming. You're not making your story clear. Thanks for watching. Please let me know what next video you would like me to make, internal linking or otherwise, and I appreciate your time. If you like this video, please consider subscribing or sharing it with someone who can learn from it. I'll see you in the next one. It's just the beginning. Peace.